Hello everybody and welcome to our Tech Tuesday tutorials number 14. Today we're looking at an add-on for Google Spreadsheets called Mule. Now Mule allows you to send emails once somebody submits a form or when certain conditions are met on a spreadsheet. Mule's strengths lie in its ability to send multiple emails via various templates that you set up based on certain conditions or to different people. So let's look at a use case. Here's an example of a form that we have where people may request certain media titles for us to carry. Once these are filled out, the contents are dumped into a form, as you're well aware. This information gets dumped over here into the spreadsheet. I would like for it to send them an email with a summary of what they ordered and with an email sent to me telling me the same thing. So what I do is I set up Mule to do that for me. Basically, I go up to add-ons and I choose Mule. If I don't have it yet, I go to get add-ons and do a search for Mule there and then just install it once I find it. Okay, so I go to add-ons, Mule, and set up or turn on. Depends on if I've already set it up before. The first thing you have to specify is whether you want it to trigger on the form submission or a time trigger or both. I have mine set to trigger on both because I want it to send multiple emails based on certain conditions. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next thing. I've set up 3 templates on this one, and so I'm going to move on to edit them and I'll show you what they are. So this may look a little daunting at first, but it's not so bad. Let's look at it a bit by bit. First, it's going to go to me. Second, I have an additional email address that's held by a tag, which is actually the email address that's collected by the form itself. You can see that I just put in these tags to put in the placeholders for it. If you're not sure what the tags would be, you can look over here, and these are the tags taken from the spreadsheet itself. So I could just start here, type in my email address, and then click over here where it says email address, and it'll fill in the tags for me. So once you have that, that's not so bad. Who they reply to, I can go in here and leave it as no reply because I don't want it going back to the person who submitted this form as a reply to. Next, I go in and edit the subject. The subject can contain tags as well. So this subject can be dynamic. This would be book request from John Doe. And again, I just click on that to fill it out. If you know a little bit of HTML, you can put in things like divs or bold or font size or things like that. You can also preview it to see what it's going to look like, but that's not really required. You don't really have to set it up that way. You can actually set it up, to be a little bit more plain, right? So then I just go in there and put in what I want. Now, what's kind of neat about this is when you're actually in the body of it, and if you'd like to just insert the first name, it's going to actually put in the first name and the tag. And so that automatically kind of sets that up for you. The only reason why you might want to put in extra code is if you want to make it bold or italic or style it in whatever way you want. So I set this up to basically send to me and the person who filled it out the information of all the fields saying this is what we got from you, right? So they're going to get something that looks a little like this. All right, so the second template is sent whenever the ordered column has a yes in it, and it checks every hour. So it again is set up the same way with just different information saying we've ordered the following books upon your request. Here's the book, author, number of copies. We'll notify you when they arrive. And then the third template is whenever the arrived column has a yes in it, and the same kind of stuff here. I can then go to preview and send all and double check that everything is set up. Now, given the conditions I've set, none of these are going to be sent. And the reason is because they've already been sent. So if there's, what happens is Mule sets up these columns here for each of your templates, and it puts the status of the email that's been sent or not. So let's double check that again. I'm going to go to add-ons, Mule, and setup. So it's set to run on a form trigger and on a time trigger. Here's the big screen that you need to look at. Template 1 is sent for all rows, basically when the form is submitted. Template 2 is sent if the ordered column equals yes. And template 3 is if the arrived column equals yes. So all I have to do is respond to the email that's sent to me. So I'm going to check that. I'm going to go in here and fill this out. Okay. And then I'm going to hit submit. So this got submitted. This is if a customer submitted it. And then I'm going to go check my email. Okay, there's my email, and sure enough, I got this information in here. It got sent to me and to John Doe, which happens to have the same email address, so don't worry about that too much. Right, so when I go back to the spreadsheet, I can see that this has been submitted. I can go over here and check and see that there has been an email that was sent, template 1. That was the confirmation email. So now I need to go in here and say, okay, let's say we order the book. I type yes in the field, and then within the hour, it's going to run the second merge that checks to see, is there a yes in the ordered column? And if there is, it sends out a second email. I can force it to run early if I want to. I can go over here to open, and basically I can just go to next, save, and go through the process here. Right, so it confirms number of emails Formula will attempt to send is 1, because there's only one that meets the criteria that has not already been sent. So I can then force that there. You'll see a second email was sent. I've got an email here that book was ordered. Hello, John Doe, we've ordered the following books, and so on. And then, of course, when the book comes in, I can just type a yes in that column as well, and within the hour, it's going to send out a third email confirming that the book has arrived and everything's ready to go. So this is an example of Formule handling 3 separate emails per form submission, and I have not had to send a single email myself. It's all done automatically. Maybe this is useful for you. I'm sure that a lot of you guys can use this across campus and so on to automate things and to make things a lot simpler and to save time. We'll catch you guys next week. See you later.